Alright, we're going to wrap up our little ACL demos here with objective number 3, which is to create an access list that denies all outside traffic from coming into network 1, but still allows for internet access. And I should preface this for network 1. So, we want to stop everything from coming into this network, but still allow for internet access. Now, you might think, well, why not just put a deny all, right here coming out so that everything gets denied coming out? Well, yeah, and the argument might be, well, if you're going to the internet, it's not going to look at it. It's going this way. It's going through the router this way. It's not coming in. And while you're right in the fact that your web requests are going out, all your return traffic has to come back in. When you go pull up your web browser and go to www.google.com, this your PC actually sends a request out to Google, and then Google sends you a reply back in. So that if we do deny that, we won't be able to use the internet. So we have to use a special feature that the iOS has given us. So let's do some tests and make sure that everything is working right now. I've set up this server out here, pretending to be an internet server. I gave it the address 4.2.2.2, and we can see here if I go under the services for this server in HTTP, you have made it to the internet server. That's what this website is saying. So that's what we'll see if we get there right. So from network 1, let's try 4.2.2.2, and there we go. We've made it to the internet server. Let's try from the internet. Let's say from this guy. Let's try and get on the network over here. This internal server. 192.168.1.100. There we go. So we can get into the network. The network can get out to use the internet. All is good. So I'll do a ping just to see that that's working. Okay. So what we want to do is allow these people to use the internet. So we need our return traffic to come through, but nothing else. So again, like always, we're going to decide what kind of access list and where. We know that we want extended because we have to be a little picky in this situation, and we're not going to be basing it just on source. So we're going to use extended, and again, with extended access lists, you want to place it as close to the source as possible, which would be the internet if that was our only connection. But because we have this interface over here, and again, really follow the directions when you're taking if you see this on the exam, denies all outside traffic, you have to assume that they mean this too. All outside from the network. So here's the network. If I were to draw a circle, it would start here, wrap this network, and come right back to the interface. So anything outside of that. So we're going to include both of these in that. So as close as we can get to that is going to be, to both of those, is going to be this interface. And we're going to apply it outbound. So anything coming this way. So that's going to be coming out of this interface. All right. So let's get to it. So go into global config, and I'll do the named on this one again. IP access list extended. We'll do the name. We'll call this internet access. All right. We'll get into the ACL configuration. So our first statement is going to be, we're going to permit TCP. All right. Now the source address could be, remember, this is permitting return traffic from the internet. So this could be from anywhere on the internet, or over here on this network, anywhere that we're using it, web. So our source destination is really going to be anything. So we're going to do any. We are going to put in our equals here. Remember before when we were doing this, we were putting the equals in the destination. We wanted to allow web access from this guy over here, and he was going to a source port of 80. Well, when the internet sends you a response, they're going to be coming from the source port of 80. So we're going to put that here. From a source port of 80, and our destination address is going to be our network. All right, and we're going to follow it up with our wildcard bits. Remember, exactly 192, exactly 168, exactly 1, I don't care. All right, and the keyword that we're looking for here is this one right here, established. What this keyword does, it tells the router, hey router, if you see a packet that comes in from TCP and it's coming from a source port of 80 going to here, allow it as long as it's an established session. As long as it actually is looking inside the packet at the synchronization bits and seeing is that a response to a message, and if it is, let it through. All right, so that's what we're going to put in there, and we're going to follow that up with if it's not, we're going to deny IP from any source to any destination. All right, so we're going to deny everything else. All right, so this ACL does just what we want. It permits our return traffic right here. So we're permitting our return traffic from the internet, but we're going to deny everything else. Okay, so again, now we have to place it. This interface right here is FA00. So that's going to be right here. And we're blocking stuff coming into our network, so it's going to be coming out of that interface. It could be coming from over here too. That's why we could place it over here inbound, so anything coming back in from the internet. And if that was our only connection out, the only thing that we were worried about stopping, then that would be fine to do it there. But in this case, I just want to be real specific. Because it just says all outside traffic. So we're going to assume that network on the right is outside of our network over here. So again, IP access group, the name of the ACL in this case, internet access, and the direction, outbound. Okay. All right, let's test it out and see how we did. Now remember before we could get to the internet. Let's try, and we could also from the internet just randomly get into the website. Now what I'm doing here is I'm coming from the internet without an established connection or anything, just trying to access this internal web server. Let's see if that works. It worked before. Waiting, timeout, and it fails. So that's good. That's what we wanted. Let's try and do a ping. Before we pinged 1.10 and it got through. Let's try it now. Destination unreachable. Let's see. That address is this guy right here. So it's coming in. The ACL is blocking it. So he's saying back, hey man, you can't get there. So that's not working. All right, now the big test. Let's see if we can still get to the internet. Now remember, I just tried to go from here to here, and I got blocked. And I went from here to here, and I got blocked. Let's try and go to this website here. So I'm going to be sending the request out. He's going to send a reply back, and it goes through. There you go. So that's the established keyword. So that's a good one to know. All right. Well, leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions, or you think I'm an idiot. Whatever it is, let me know. All right. See you later.